Tonight on CBC Vancouver News.
We've just been stuck here waiting because we're flying standby too. So we've just been waiting for like open seats kind of thing.
Thousands scramble to rebook travel plans after the grounding of Boeing's 737 MAX 8s and 9s. Plus,
I am so happy. I'm feeling so happy.
Emotional reunion. Sikh families facing religious persecution in Afghanistan find refuge in BC. And
the dog walks over, lifts his leg, squirt, 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 squirt.
pressing pause on White Rock's pooch-friendly promenade. The debate over dogs heats up.
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Good evening. Cancellations, delays, and frustration for thousands of travelers.
The decision to ground Boeing 737 MAX 8 and 9 planes is being felt right across the country tonight as airlines and travel agents scramble to rebook passengers.
And with spring break right around the corner, there's now concern the problem could last for weeks.
Frustration and fatigue at YVR.
We've just been stuck here waiting because we're flying standby too. So we've just been waiting for like open seats kind of thing.
And when we got to Vancouver, we weren't able to board our plane. And so here I am.
With the country's 41 Boeing 737 MAX 8 planes parked, airlines and travel agencies are struggling to rebook thousands of passengers.
It's one of the busiest travel times for us in Canada because of March break. So it does put an extra amount of pressure on trying to reaccommodate probably a lot more travelers during this season than what it would typically be if it was, say, off-season.
In a statement, WestJet says it's canceled 11 flights today, affecting 1,200 passengers. 75% were rebooked on other flights today, the rest tomorrow, and a few Saturday. The company says it's working to reconfigure its schedule, which should be done on Monday. Air Canada canceled 52 flights today, up to 12,000 passengers a day directly affected. Getting through to the airline on the phone, almost impossible.
We sincerely apologize that due to unforeseen circumstances, our call volume has temporarily exceeded our capacity to answer or place your call on hold.
Vancouver teacher Matt Dichter heard the same message. He and his partner are booked on an Air Canada MAX 8 flight to Hawaii in a few weeks.
We're really concerned about that particular aircraft, and we just don't think that we'd be comfortable flying on that aircraft in the future, even if it should be updated or they replace whatever needs to be replaced.
Airline passenger rights advocates say travelers should be patient, at least for a few days.
I would suggest giving airlines a grace period until the end of Friday, that's end of tomorrow. And starting Saturday, if there is still chaos, then that certainly will be the airline's problem. From that point on, my position is that airlines should be paying passengers compensation for hotels, meals.
Meanwhile, the search for answers on what caused the deadly crash is one step closer. 2 flight data recorders have arrived in France, but one of them is damaged, and investigators say it could take days, even weeks, to retrieve information from it. And amidst all the chaos at YVR today, an emotional reunion.
Yes, 2 Sikh families escaping religious persecution in Afghanistan arriving in BC today.
As the CBC's Tina Lovegreen reports tonight, they are one of 65 families who will come to Canada through private sponsorship.
This moment, 4 years in the making.
Be strong.
A feeling of safety, security, and freedom.
I'm so happy. I'm feeling so happy.
Prior to 1992, there were more than 200,000 Sikhs in Afghanistan. Now, less than 1,000 remain, forced to flee because of religious persecution.
They were so bad in Afghanistan or life because of these ISIS and Taliban's. They were saying that change your religion to Islam if you want to live in Afghanistan.
For Shamlal Khalsa, his wife and 4 kids, practicing the Sikh faith meant consequences like not being able to attend school.
The ladies weren't allowed to go out and they had to
and they were cutting all children's hairs, and they're saying to them that change your religion to Islam.
They're one of 65 families coming to Canada through private sponsorship, made possible through the Manmeet Singh Buller Foundation and the World Sikh Organization. The family is thankful.
She looked forward to educating her children in Canada and give them a whole new life and experience, the Canadian way of life.
I, Manmeet Singh Buller.
Buller, the former Alberta MLA who spearheaded this cause, couldn't be here today. He died in a car crash in 2015 while trying to help another driver during a snowstorm. Instead, his father, wearing his son's tie, here to carry on his legacy.
I'm missing him. Yeah, I wish he could see himself. But thanks God, his promise, his dream is coming true. And I am happy that he started this project. I'm able to carry on.
A vision that has lived on and is giving others a new chance at life. Tina Lovegreen, CBC News, Richmond.
The City of Vancouver has taken legal action against the owners of more than 800 properties suspected of operating illegal short-term rentals.
There are a number of consistently egregious operators that continue to persist to operate despite our legal efforts.
Vancouver staff say they've opened more than 2,000 case files since introducing new regulations last April. Homeowners must have a business license when using websites like Airbnb or risk stiff fines. Still, not everyone is sold on the strategy.
Taking action against these through the legal processes takes a long time and a lot of resources, whereas what the city should be doing is making the platforms accountable. In BC alone, they collected something like $63 million. So if you have such a big operation, you have some responsibility in terms of policing the system.
Staff say the focus right now is on egregious operators. To date, they have collected nearly $60,000 in fines. And the debate over dogs in White Rock is heating up ahead of a new pilot project.
Starting in October, people will be allowed to walk their pups on the popular promenade.
But as John Hernandez reports, not everyone is on board.
Rick Wallace has a bone to pick with pet owners who keep breaking the rules. For years, he's been setting up his art stand on the busy White Rock Promenade. It was business as usual last Sunday until an unwelcome pup started sniffing around a crate filled with his artwork, valued at nearly $1,500.
I noticed this gentleman looking at my stuff, and he has his dog on a leash, and the dog walks over, lifts his leg, squirt, 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 squirt. So then I had a confrontation with this gentleman. And I said, look, your dog just pissed all over my prints.
Dogs aren't allowed on the busy boardwalk here, but some pet owners bring them anyways. The issue has stirred a contentious local debate.
There's just so many people, lots of little kids, strollers, wheelchairs, elderly people. And on a busy weekend, it's just too busy for animals as well.
They're part of society, they're loved, and as long as it's well behaved, I don't see any problem with that.
But the rules will change after the summer. Last month, the city approved a new pilot project, allowing leashed pets on the promenade during the off-season.
All municipalities have an issue that will come forward, and there'll be some for it, some against it. So we're looking forward to seeing how this trial program will be.
While critics are urging the city to press pause on the plans, pet owners like Steph Gross are calling it a big victory.
It can actually put White Rock a bit on the map.
Businesses in White Rock are struggling as the city grapples with ongoing construction and the rebuild of its pier. Gross thinks a permanent change to the dog bylaw could attract more tourists.
Even if there was a small area opened up, not the whole promenade, but maybe just a small select area, that might bring more people in. That might at least open it up for people with dogs.
The city says it will still enforce its dog bylaws until the pilot project starts up in October. John Hernandez, CBC News, White Rock.
The cooling housing market is being blamed as BC is expected to have slower economic growth over the next 3 years. New report projects the economy will grow by 2.1% in 2019. That's compared to 2.8% and 3.8% in the last 2 years, respectively.
Given the weakness that we've seen this year in MLS sales and housing sales, we're looking at housing starts dropping off quite sharply this year. And that's going to lead to fewer residential construction jobs as well as residential construction spending and activity.
Despite the slowdown, the government insists BC is in a strong position. The report predicts the numbers will climb back up to 2.8% by 2021.
An Abbotsford man wanted by a Lower Mainland gang task force has been arrested near Kelowna. 30-year-old Pushminder Boparai was wanted on a nationwide warrant for conspiracy to commit murder. Boparai is one of 4 people facing charges. Police have not revealed the identity of the target, but say it is someone involved with gangs. The search is still on for 22-year-old Moeen Khan of Surrey. Police are encouraging him to turn himself in to authorities. Anyone who knows Khan's location is asked to call 911 immediately.
RCMP are trying to track down a group of male thieves caught on camera in North Vancouver. The theft happened last month at a building in Lower Lonsdale. Thieves are wearing disguises when they walk into the building's lobby. They then use a pry bar to force open the mailboxes. Police say the thieves appear to be men and that they have likely done this before. The stolen mail, of course, can be used to commit identity theft. Anybody with information asked to call North Van RCMP or Crime Stoppers.
Prominent Vancouver businessman David Sidhu has stepped aside from roles as the CEO of 2 separate local companies. The move comes after criminal charges in connection with the largest U.S. college admissions scandal in history. East West Petroleum says Sidhu has decided it would be in the best interest of the company to take leave. Advantage Lithium Corporation releasing a nearly identical statement around the same time today. The U.S. Justice Department claims Sidhu paid more than $200,000 to have an alleged imposter flown to Vancouver to write his son's SAT exams for them. He's among dozens charged in what has been dubbed Operation Varsity Blues. Sidhu will appear in a Boston court tomorrow.
And staying with this story, some developing news to share with you now. The Hallmark Channel has announced it is severing ties with Lori Loughlin and is stopping production on 2 of the star's BC film shows. Loughlin's was arrested this week for allegedly bribing college admissions officials to help her daughter. Hallmark says Loughlin will no longer work with the network, which produce Garage Sale Mysteries and When Calls the Heart. Both shows have ties to Vancouver's film industry. The U.S. judge had previously given Loughlin permission to return to BC to film those shows.
Today was our little blip day. Sure. Not as nice as it has been and not as nice as it's going to be. Johanna Wagstaff is here now to elaborate for us.
Yes, the blip continues. In fact, it's falling in the form of some showers right now across the south coast, really filling in for Metro Vancouver in the past hour. It's not a washout, and temperatures aren't too cool. We've dropped a degree or so from where we were at yesterday, but yes, it feels like we were marching towards those spring temperatures, only to take a step back today. Let me show you what it looks like out there on the radar. Filling in, as I mentioned, really just in the past couple of hours, seeing that rain all the way out to the valley. It's light, and snow levels are high enough that it is staying as rain for the south coast. This is all ahead of what will also be ushering in our warm temperatures. You can see the whole system spread out on the Pacific, the center of that low swirling below the Aleutian Islands. The warm front is what's pushing in right now, bringing these showers. Behind it, we're going to get that southwesterly push, bumping temperatures up over the next couple of days into the double digits. But also notice it comes with a cloud deck. So even though we do have a warming forecast, it's a mainly cloudy Friday and Saturday, I should say. It's Sunday that we're going to really turn the corner. So down to a 6 tonight. You'll notice it's one of our milder mornings we've had yet to kick off your Friday. Wait till the late afternoon hours and we should see some blue skies, but I'll get you through to the teen temperatures coming up.
All right, Joe, thank you.
You're welcome.
This weather update is brought to you by RE/MAX. What's your home worth? Find out with our instant valuation tool at remax.ca.
And remember, you can go more in depth on today's stories by visiting us online at cbc.ca/BC.
And if you are watching right now on Facebook or on YouTube, we are also live every single newscast during the commercial break. Be sure to subscribe to both so you never miss any of our content.
It's an area of Surrey struggling to keep up with growth. Coming up, our series, Surrey, Why We Live Here, continues.
Well, it is Throwback Thursday tonight,
Yes.
obviously, TBT. Spring is starting to arrive, which means better weather for golfers.
That is, unless you can't wait for the sunshine. Back in 1991, CBC's Midday featured a segment on ice golf, a seasonally adjusted version of the game that normally is played on grass and land.
And in this case, the game was being played on the frozen surface of 1 Mile Lake in Pemberton, British Columbia. So CBC's Bob Nixon paid a visit to the ice link to see what advantages there are to playing golf in the winter.
Folks, this is a very exciting time for me, and after years of searching, I guess I thought I never really would see it, but today, if you look very carefully across the ice, you can see the famous ice golfers of 1 Mile Lake. There they are. They've long been thought to be extinct, certainly in the Pemberton Valley, but these ice golfers not only tolerated our presence, they didn't bolt for the snow traps when we approached. Quite a dog leg you've got here.
Oh, pretty nice, eh? Well, George usually makes this in 2.
These fellows actually just took up the game last year, and they're experts already.
Look at that, see that? Look at that, hey, hole in 2, look. Oh, by God, he just missed it.
Ice golf is a tricky game. The greens are always fast and hard to read. Players cannot wear spikes or even golf shoes.
Oh boy, eh?
But the game has great advantages.
Well, I mean, the green fees are cheaper, too.
That's the advantage.
Oh, that wasn't very good.
Best of all for these guys, they are not required to replace a divot.
That's a good one.
Whoa. In Prince George, they play a game called snow golf, but in the Pemberton Valley, it's ice golf. And if this game ever catches on, nah, it'll never catch on. Would it? For Midday, I'm Bob Nixon on 1 Mile Lake near Pemberton.
The legendary Bob Nixon.
You're a golfer. You've ever tried that?
No, but I'd like to. I guess you'd have to be pretty certain it's solid ice because you don't want to crack it.
We don't get many opportunities in BC for that.
No, and it's one big water hazard under all that ice.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's it. We'll be back in just a few minutes with some more news.
Yeah, it's really relevant here in Metro Vancouver.
I'm calling from CBC Vancouver News.
There are so many stories in this city to tell and to explore.
Are you available for an interview?
Our listeners deserve an explanation.
That's just anecdotal.
It's really the perfect place to live.
The fact that people come from all over and want to make a home here, that says a lot about the city.
Well, Surrey's Clayton Heights neighborhood has seen dramatic growth.
So much that the city has had a hard time keeping up with demand for new schools, rec centers, and everything else young families need.
But as our Jesse Johnston explains tonight in the latest installment of his series, Surrey, Why We Live Here, there's still lots to like.
You can't spend much time in Clayton Heights without spotting a stroller or a minivan. There are so many young families in this neighborhood. They even have a coffee shop for kids. Well, actually.
Generally, they come because they need a break.
Need a little breather. Fiona's Playdate Cafe is just as much for parents as it is for children.
A lot of moms come, they're like, oh, my kid's didn't sleep, so I just need to sit down and have a coffee so they can like run around and I can relax.
It's the perfect business for a community like this, an indoor playground, and a Starbucks, all poured into one.
Moms meet here and they become good friends and they've come to have play dates all the time, so it's definitely to our advantage.
Clayton has its share of challenges, too.
And it's fast growing in what the city of Surrey is, and that's families.
Surrey's mayor says it's been tough to build up enough infrastructure to keep up with the growing population, but Doug McCallum says they're working on it.
We need to build these transportation systems that bring our communities together, and then throughout Metro Vancouver brings all Metro Vancouver together.
A lack of transit has closed off Clayton Heights to the rest of the region, but the hope is a new SkyTrain line will open new opportunities for the community that's growing as quickly as the children that live in it. Jesse Johnston, CBC News, Surrey.
Well, the rise of pre-sales for concert tickets is making it harder for fans to get seats.
As an example, tickets officially go on sale tomorrow for Mumford & Sons in Vancouver, but for a lot of people, today is the day to actually get tickets. The CBC's Rafferty Baker explains.
I would say there's at least 60% of the tickets are available for the show.
Kingsley Bailey looks at the availability of Mumford & Sons tickets. He's a Vancouver ticket broker. Bailey buys tickets when he thinks a show will sell out and makes a living reselling them. But he doesn't rely on the pre-sale options.
If you're thinking that you get them from a pre-sale only because you're ahead of the crowd, it's not happening anymore. There's just way too many pre-sales.
It seems any way you turn, you're bound to bump into a promotional pre-sale offer, whether it's through Ticketmaster directly, through the band you're hoping to see, or through a credit card. Some pre-sales are directed at fans of specific bands. It's a way to take on the challenge of bots buying tickets. But it's also a way for vendors like Ticketmaster to break up the market into different groups.
You can claim that on some distribution channel it's a sellout and there is no more tickets generally available, even though maybe on some other distribution channels, maybe not all tickets will sell out. And that helps the seller to create a sense of scarcity.
It's even worse now than the way it used to be because now it's all technologically driven. So you don't really actually know how many tickets are really being available to the general public. And that's the problem, is transparency.
The provincial government is planning to table legislation to deal with scalpers sometime this year. And according to a report it published last summer, British Columbians have plenty of complaints about transparency in the ticket sales industry. Rafferty Baker, CBC News, Vancouver.
We have some breaking news out of Pitt Meadows tonight. A school district employee has been charged with several sex offenses.
CBC Vancouver News at 11 host Dan Burritt joins us now live with more. So Dan, who is he?
Mike, Anita, RCMP say 52-year-old Daniel John Olson appeared in provincial court today. He has been charged with numerous offenses between 2008 to now. Let's take a look. He is charged with 8 counts of sexual interference, 2 counts of sex assault with a weapon. He's also charged with 2 child pornography-related offenses. He's been released with conditions and is due back in court April 2nd. Now, the Pitt Meadows School District confirms Olson is a child and youth care worker in the school district and has worked in a number of elementary and secondary schools over the course of his employment. At this point, we don't know which schools, though. They go on to say in a statement to us, the charges are very serious and deeply concerning. While we have no first-hand knowledge about the charges, we are informing all our families out of an abundance of caution so that parents and guardians can direct any information they may have about this matter directly to the Ridge Meadows RCMP. So Daniel Olson has been on unpaid leave, they tell us, since the time the school district was notified of his arrest. We'll have more on this tonight at 11. Anita, Mike?
Thanks very much, Dan.
New York Rangers forward Chris Kreider has been slapped with a $5,000 fine for elbowing Elias Pettersson.
Pettersson backcourt. Pass for Levo. Pettersson's hurt here. I didn't see what happened.
The hit on Pettersson occurred in the second period of last night's game. Kreider's elbow landing right in the star rookie's face. Pettersson did leave the game but returned after clearing the league's concussion protocol. The Canucks went on to win the game, 4-1.
Well, 5 days after the Ethiopian Airlines crash killing 157 people, Mixed in with all the grief is growing anger. Coming up, we're finding out why families are frustrated.
And here are some of the stories we're following tonight on CBC Vancouver News.
ISIS and Taliban, they were saying that change your religion to Islam if you want to live in Afghanistan.
Tears and smiles as Sikh families facing religious persecution in Afghanistan find freedom in BC. Prior to 1992, there were more than 200,000 Sikhs in that country. Now, less than 1,000 remain. In total, 65 families are starting to arrive in Canada.
And I had a confrontation with this gentleman. And I said, look, your dog just pissed all over my prints.
White Rock's dog debate is heating up ahead of a new pilot project. In October, pet owners will be able to walk their dogs on the city's popular promenade. But critics say there are too many people, kids, strollers, and wheelchairs, so there isn't any room for animals.
When we got to Vancouver, we weren't able to board our plane.
Airlines and travel agents are struggling to rebook thousands of passengers after the decision to ground Boeing's 737 MAX jets. 157 people were killed when an Ethiopian Airlines MAX 8 crashed shortly after takeoff in Africa.
It's been 5 days since that crash, and mixed in with all the grief is growing anger from families of the victims. The CBC's Susan Ormiston is in Ethiopia tonight.
I think that today we spent the day in a hotel near the airport in Addis Ababa, where the families who have come here to Ethiopia are all gathered. They're staying there courtesy of Ethiopian Airlines. And today they were called into a meeting this morning, hoping that they would get concrete information about what happens next, how the identification process is proceeding, what they need to do, and most importantly, when they might be able to return home with some of their loved ones' remains. And they were disappointed. It seems that the airline wasn't able to give them a timeline at all. The airline, from what we heard from some of the families, said that they were the airline, that this was a government investigation on an identification, that the DNA would be starting tomorrow. And they just felt frustrated because many of them are here without any idea of how long they'll be here nor what they'll come home with. And on top of that, many of them have been out to the site yesterday and today. They're tired, they're emotionally distraught. And remember, it was just Sunday when this plane went down, so these are early days. It's a very intense emotional experience there. They are trapped in grief, and they've got a duty to do here this afternoon. Some of them were called into a room to give swabs to provide DNA, which will then be compared to the DNA, the body remains that have been found by the site. And you know, there's no other way of saying it. According to one of the officials who spoke to them this morning, there are thousands of pieces and body parts. It's extremely excruciating to hear, but that's what they're dealing with.
CBC's Susan Ormiston reporting tonight from Ethiopia.
Boeing still standing behind its MAX 8 and 9 planes today.
But as the CBC's David Common explains, questions are now being raised about some software built into the jets and why many pilots knew nothing about it.
When it launched, the 737 MAX was Boeing's answer to stiff competition, a fuel-efficient workhorse to rival Airbus, which had been eating Boeing's market share. And there were significant design changes from previous incarnations of the 737. Bigger engines shifted forward. On takeoff, that could mean the nose tips upwards.
Now we're in aerodynamic stall. Banking.
And that could risk a stall, one that could lead to a crash. Many pilots practice for such an event.
There you go, nice recovery, John.
To compensate, Boeing added software called MCAS. If instruments detected the nose getting too high, it would automatically prompt the stabilizer on the tail to pitch the aircraft down.
Their problem was they forgot to tell the pilots about it.
Without understanding, pilots could inadvertently fight with the MCAS. If it malfunctions, they may not understand why or even spot and solve the problem.
Rather than something being critically wrong with the airplane, I think that the training and the qualification of some of these people that are on it are inadequate.
American regulators did not require Boeing to directly inform pilots that the MCAS software existed or order new training to be familiar with it. For some in aviation, that's the problem.
These type of anomalies are like little gremlins. You can be flying for several 100,000 hours before it rears its ugly head.
So why not just do the training? Well, taking pilots out of planes and into simulators costs money and time, an expense in a highly competitive razor margin industry. After the Lion Air crash in Indonesia, Boeing did issue a bulletin to pilots about the existence of MCAS and how to deal with it. But it didn't order training. Of course, it's not known if the MCAS played a role in this latest crash, though Boeing is now upgrading the software. The FAA anticipates that be done by next month. Boeing says this will make an already safe aircraft even safer. David Common, CBC News, Toronto.
6:33 on this soggy Thursday night here on the South Coast. It's not $1.49 day, I don't think. Shot of the Woodward sign. And the mountains eventually in the background there. Johanna says the warming trend's going to continue for the South Coast. Her forecast is next.
This weather update is brought to you by your local RE/MAX agent. The experience, the tools, the know-how. That's the sign of a RE/MAX agent.
There is a stunning butterfly display underway in Southern California.
And it's all thanks to Mother Nature and the weather, of course.
Yes, a warm spring and plenty of rain leading to an explosion of wildflowers along the coast. It's a feast for the eyes and for millions of painted lady butterflies. Swarms of the dainty-looking insects fluttered north from Mexico to feed and breed in a favorite spot. Botanists call this the best wildflower growth in 4 years. Locals watching the waves of painted ladies float by call it magical.
It is quite magical.
Yeah, I would call it magical too.
And our colors are very butterfly-esque.
That's true. Very painted lady. How very painted lady of us.
Yes.
And no planning went into it.
No, none at all.
Okay, maybe it did.
You guys always do.
So what's going on?
Well, we've got some rain happening right now. Nothing that will spark a bloom explosion here yet, but we do have some warm temperatures that I think will help those early crocuses along. Let me take you through the time lapse. Our blip today, well underway, starting the day off with a gray sky, but dry for the most part until about an hour ago. And temperatures, as I mentioned, just a touch on the cool side. We will see some more blue as we head into the next couple of days. Let me start you off then with the good news, the warming trend that is coming in the forecast. Back up to the double digits for tomorrow and Saturday, and then Sunday we'll really notice that bump up. And I think these temperatures are underplaying it a little bit. This is a direct model output, but I'll show you my numbers in just a moment. First of all, this is the swirling system bringing the showers tonight, then the warm up tomorrow, but that does come with a bit of a cloud bank for Friday and Saturday. Don't see much precipitation the next couple of days, if any at all. And it will come with some blue sky breaks, but it's Sunday that we finally get behind that and get to keep the temperatures. So overnight tonight, risk of a few showers continuing right through to tomorrow morning, and that's when those overcast skies will be noted, but they will come with warmer temperatures, and by the afternoon, starting to see some clearing. So I think we'll see some sunshine before the end of the day, but don't be too alarmed if you wake up to another overcast one. And then high clouds moving back in for Saturday. Again, hoping for some breaks out there, but the next couple of days, mainly cloudy. Bigger picture, this high pressure is what sort of cleared us out today, and mainly dry and clear across the province. But watch as we continue to get that system come up from the southwest. The cold front, or the back end of that system, will approach coastal sections for Saturday. By the time it gets to the south coast, though, really just bringing the clouds, which is why I have to keep them in the forecast for the next couple of days. But let's talk temperatures. This is our next big story, and it will be, especially as we head into next week. The warm air, you'll note the above seasonal temperatures are in yellow. So as I take you through Sunday into Monday, look at that. Most of BC and Alberta under this gorgeous ridge of high pressure. We're talking temperatures 5 to 10 degrees above seasonal by the time we hit early next week. And that warmth will spread eastward, even warmer for cities in Alberta, Calgary and Edmonton by the time we hit Tuesday and Wednesday. We're talking 20-degree temperatures. Let me take you through our long range. Not quite that warm, but note the high teens by the time we hit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I know, we don't even know what that feels like anymore. It's been so long. Keep in mind, seasonals are about 10, so we'll hit that tomorrow. Overnights are well above our seasonal mark as well. The models, a bit of discrepancy Wednesday and Thursday. Some of the American models bringing some rain in for Wednesday and Thursday, keeping temperatures mild. But I'm going to stick with the Canadian for now. I'm feeling optimistic. We're going to go 5 full sunny icons in a row. I feel good about that.
5 full ones.
Go with the Canadian model.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to do.
Let's
Thursday.
do it. Thanks, Joe. You're welcome. Donald Trump was handed a defeat today with the Senate terminating his emergency declaration over border security. We'll tell you what Trump might do now after the break.
Yeah, it's really relevant here in Metro Vancouver.
There are so many stories in this city to tell and to explore.
Look at this.
The fact that people come from all over and want to make a home here, that says a lot about the city.
I'm Amy Bell, and here's what's in your CBC Vancouver inbox. If you've ever wondered what it's like behind the scenes here at CBC Vancouver, here's your chance. Go online and book a date to come in for a tour of our integrated newsroom. And our home can be your home. From concerts to galas to bar mitzvahs, our studio space can be transformed for any occasion and is available for rent. For more from CBC Vancouver, check us out online at cbc.ca/BC.
With the deadline for Brexit just 15 days away, British MPs have finally managed to agree on something: the need to stall for time.
As Thomas Degler reports tonight, many people are calling the move an act of desperation.
The Brexit clock has been ticking for 2 years.
728 days.
100 days away.
Just 15 days to go. A countdown to departure day. Order! Like a constant reminder of Britain hurtling toward the unknown. Now, the exit looks further away than expected.
In politics, I think you have to occasionally do what you think is the right thing.
Guto Beb quit as a minister over the government's handling of Brexit. Today, he called for a timeout.
Perspective in terms of making sure that we don't crash out with a no-deal scenario. It's that extension that we need.
The House of Commons considered that Brexit delay after a week of high drama.
And I'd ask people, how many of them would have voted for this dog's Brexit?
Yet another snub of the government's initial plan.
The Prime Minister has lost all control.
Theresa May conspicuously silent. She lost her voice, her grip on power at risk too. May's Brexit point man laid out what's left of the government's vision.
It is time for this House to act in the national interest. It is time to put forward an extension that is realistic.
MPs agreed Britain should ask the EU to postpone the breakup.
The ayes to the right, 412. The noes to the left, 202.
The vote's result drew no cheers, just silence.
I don't honestly think, if we haven't achieved agreement within 2 years, that in frankly a matter of weeks, maybe months, we're going to achieve anything different.
Tonight, the Prime Minister headed home, her country now likely strapped to the EU for a while longer. Nothing settled, only stalled.
The CBC's Thomas Degler in London tonight. A former British soldier is facing 2 murder charges in connection with the killing of protesters in Northern Ireland 47 years ago.
A decision has been taken to prosecute one former soldier, Soldier F, for the murder of James Ray and for the murder of William McKinney.
The former paratrooper was there during Bloody Sunday, January 30th, 1972. 13 people were shot dead at a civil rights march in Londonderry, also known as Derry. The accused, identified only as Soldier F, also faces charges of attempted murders of 4 others. The Public Prosecution Service says there is insufficient evidence to prosecute 16 other soldiers or 2 IRA members who allegedly fired back.
Air raid sirens in Tel Aviv tonight as tensions rise between Israel and the neighboring Gaza Strip. Israeli military says Gaza militants fired 2 rockets at Tel Aviv, the first time rockets have reached the area in 5 years. No damage or injuries reported. Israel later confirming it was attacking what it calls terror sites in Gaza hours after. That's being called a stinging rebuke. Dozens of Republican senators broke lines with Donald Trump today.
The group voted against the president's emergency declaration intended to fund Trump's border wall. Paul Hunter has the story.
The yeas are 59, the nays are 41. The joint resolution is passed.
Do the math, and for Donald Trump, it's a stinging slapdown. U.S. senators today voting to rebuke the president. Among them, yes, Democrats.
The fact is that the president is trying to rewrite the Constitution.
But as well, and more to the point, fully 12 Republicans.
This, for me, is a matter of defending the Constitution and the balance of power.
At the center of it, that border wall. Today's vote was aimed at blocking Trump's declaration of a national emergency along the U.S. border with Mexico. It's Trump's way to free up billions of dollars to build a longer wall. Lawmakers oppose that because under the U.S. Constitution, it's Congress, not the president, with control of public spending.
Do we want the executive branch now or in the future to hold the power of the purse?
I'll probably have to veto. In trying to build the wall regardless, Trump today pledged he'll keep at it, offering a rare one-word tweet about that Senate vote: veto. Promising for the first time in his presidency to now overrule Congress, though even that won't settle things, with the expectation this will all end up in the courts eventually, maybe for years.
One thing I think is pretty clear, it's inarguably a presidential power grab.
But for many, it's the Senate vote itself that matters most. Trump had framed it as a test of loyalty, and that so many Republicans on an issue so close to his heart had failed to line up lockstep behind him may well signal that for Donald Trump, more setbacks could now loom. Paul Hunter, CBC News, Washington.
The man acquitted in the murder of Tina Fontaine is admitting to giving her drugs.
And now, as the CBC's Kitty Nicholson reports, her family wants Raymond Cormier charged for providing the 15-year-old with marijuana.
You may not recognize him from his mugshot, but this is Raymond Cormier.
This is my testimony. This is my statement.
Cormier never took the stand during his trial, but last spring, months after a jury found him not guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Tina Fontaine, Cormier sat down for an interview with CBC News. CBC decided to hold the interview until after the child advocate released her report. In it, Cormier denies having anything to do with Fontaine's death. He also denies having sex with the 15-year-old.
I never had sex with Tina, not once. Nothing. I thought we were going to have a sexual relation, we were going to have a fling, whatever.
What he does admit to is giving drugs to the troubled girl.
Partially, and only a little bit, and it was weed. I wasn't feeding Tina coke or crack or crystal meth.
It's a criminal offense to sell or give cannabis to a minor. At least one Indigenous leader says there should be consequences.
He should face time in his role and what the danger that he put Tina in. He should face some time for that.
In her final weeks, Tina Fontaine used multiple substances, including cannabis. In a report released on Tuesday, Manitoba's advocate for children and youth noted child welfare workers suspected the teen was being sexually exploited because older men feeding her addiction were hanging around her. Jennifer Richardson started Winnipeg's Street Reach program. She says drugs and exploitation go hand in hand.
In my experience, oftentimes adult males are luring children through the auspice of come to a party, but their intent is to sexually exploit them. They offer a good time, they offer drugs and alcohol, they offer a place to stay.
But are trafficking charges in a case like this even possible?
Theoretically, yes.
Former federal Crown Robin Parker followed Fontaine's case closely.
The prosecutor, in determining whether or not to prosecute Mr. Cormier, would have to look at whether that's enough evidence to prove that he did it beyond a reasonable doubt. It's a very high standard to convict someone.
For Fontaine's great aunt, new charges against Cormier would be satisfying.
I just want him to pay for something.
For now, Winnipeg police say they have no comment. Katie Nicholson, CBC News, Winnipeg.
That's a new name for a new sea bus. The fourth in TransLink's fleet was christened today. I'll tell you the new name right after the break.
Friday on the Early Edition. For years, Guildford has accepted refugees from around the world. The result is one of the most diverse communities in the city. We'll hear more in the final installment of Jesse Johnston's series, Surrey, Why We Live Here.
An innovative program being tested in Halifax could change the way patients across the country wait for a lung transplant.
A machine developed by a Toronto doctor can keep donated lungs viable for much longer.
And that means patients might be able to stay home right until a match becomes available.
The CBC's Carolyn Ray takes us inside the operating room for a close-up look. And a warning, this story does show graphic images of a surgery.
You look fantastic. Thank you. Oh, I love the blue.
A celebratory reunion on a big day. It's the 1-year anniversary of Patty Davis's double lung transplant, and she's back at Toronto General Hospital to meet with the team that saved her life.
I've just been the luckiest person. My tests have all been fantastic. My stats in terms of my breathing and everything has been above average.
Last year, the team performed nearly 200 transplants, a record. The patients become family because of their regular visits and tests. But the staff didn't see as much of Davis as their other patients. That's because she was selected to be the first person to stay at home and wait for her transplant 3 provinces away in Halifax.
I was an ideal candidate as far as they were concerned. I was pretty bad COPD-wise and really needed lungs to survive. And secondly, I was in half-decent shape. I didn't have to be in a wheelchair.
Davis's journey is all thanks to this, the ex vivo lung perfusion system. Those are lungs breathing outside the human body. Most lungs are actually unusable for transplant because there's so many unknowns. With the ex vivo, doctors can do an examination, meaning some organs that would have been rejected in the past can now be used. The machine also stores the lungs at body temperature, keeping them alive for up to 12 hours between donation and transplant.
It really came to the point where we actually had the confidence to say that, if there's some delay or a few extra hours, that patient won't miss that chance, or we won't be increasing the risk of the operation.
Once the technology was there, doctors approached Patty Davis, offering her the chance to stay in Nova Scotia while she waited for a match. Her decision came with great risk. She had to follow the rules and stay active, and she knew she might miss her life-saving surgery. Weather could be bad. Flights might be full.
Oh, I jumped at it. It was, oh, thank goodness. I'd love that. I'd love to be that person. I'd love to have that opportunity, and don't worry, I'll be okay.
It's something we aspired to for a long time, and I think in the future of transplantation, if we can preserve organs for a long time, everybody can stay at home, and we just bring them in when it's time to get a new lung. I mean, that'll be wonderful, and I think we're going to see that.
After Davis's success, the stay-at-home program is being expanded. 3 transplant candidates at a time will now be able to live in Halifax under strict conditions. Carolyn Ray, CBC News, Toronto.
The advances are amazing.
Yeah, that is incredible. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, before we go tonight, we now know the name of the latest C-bus to join TransLink's
Do we need a drum roll? It takes its title from one of the Pacific's most iconic fish.
Yes, introducing the Burrard Chinook. Right now, the new vessel is at the Damen Shipyards in the Netherlands, where it was christened. Next, it will start its journey to Vancouver, with arrival expected in the next few weeks. It will become the 4th in-service C-bus and will allow TransLink to increase rush hour sailings up to every 10 minutes.
Did you say an arrival in the next few weeks?
Very good, Mike.
You did say an arrival.
Something else along those lines happening?
Yes, it's true. Yeah, and you're away for the next couple weeks. So I, even though I've still got a week left, was treated to an early baby shower. And I feel like this could not be more perfect.
This was our gift from the 6 o'clock team to Johanna.
Yeah.
I take weather serious.
I wanted it to say Fairweather Cumulus, but that wouldn't have made any sense.
I did think
How
about
cute
you.
is this? Also, how is this growing inside me? It's not going to be this big, is it? At some point.
At some eventually.
Mike, you're the one with experience in that one.
Yes, it will.
It was really lovely. So hopefully, I've still got a week, but I'll miss you for the,
Well, and I'm going to miss you. Sorry, this is our kind of our little goodbye because I won't be here.
I
next
know.
week,
Well,
so.
I'll have to come and see the baby when it happens. So.
Absolutely. All right, Dan is here with your next news at 11 o'clock.
Have a good night.
Good night.